morning everyone, lovely to have you with me. It's Carol here at Oak House Journals, and as you can see from what I've got on my desk, I'm going to do my Margarete Miller assignment for this week. This is part of her Collage Weekly Challenge of 2025. If you're new to the challenge, there's a link in the description box below the video to Margarete's channel so that you can pick up all the information on the challenge if you want to join in. It's not too late. Okay, so we're on week 41. These are the prompts, these are my prompt choices. So the first one is blue paper. I've got this quite fine origami paper, gorgeous colour. I'm going to be backing this onto some regular lightweight paper or cardstock. Something you love, well, I've lifted out these 2 rolls of washi tape. I've got 2 thicknesses here. I absolutely love this washi tape. Out of all that I have, this design is my favourite. As you can see, it's got greys and blues, pale greens and text on it, or handwritten text on it. Absolutely lovely. So I think this will work well with the colour tones that I want to use today for my collage. So 2 lots here, not sure which width I'm going to use, but it doesn't really matter. I'm going to make sure I've got some of that on my page. Something you find underground, well, you get foxes and mice and aeroplanes and cars and caves and all sorts, but I just went with a simple mouse, and rather than have one that looks realistic, I went for this little cheeky cartoon image, which I thought would be lovely. The next one is something underlined. Well, I've gone with a faux postcard here, and what is underlined is the word Glasgow down there. The next one is a clothing accessory. So I've got this hat. The final one, the bonus prompt, is a postal item. And again, I've gone with another of these faux postcards. I'm also going to use this page from a lovely book as my background page. The reason I came across this or lifted it out was because I knew that there was this image of a mouse on it, but I don't really want to use that one. I prefer this one. So I'm just going to use this for my background. The first thing I've got to do is a little bit of fussy cutting. So I'm going to go away now, fussy cut him or her and my hat, and then I'll be back. I've trimmed the book page down to fit within my working border. Just trimmed a little bit off the top there, the side, and off the bottom, as you can see. So the next job I've got to do is to back this origami paper. This origami paper is such a gorgeous colour, isn't it? Just going to give this a minute or 2 to dry, and then I'm going to cut it out with my guillotine. So my origami paper is now backed onto the cardstock, and as you can see, I fussy cut my mouse and the hat. So let's see what I can do with the pieces that I've got. As always, I may well cut this down. You can see the reason why I wanted to put something on the back of this origami paper, because when I put it on here, it would have shown through. I obviously want to hide that little dormouse down there, so I'm just going to bring that down, and there's a natural sort of corner there in the grasses, so I thought I might have this something like that, which means I need to trim this down here, but for now I'm just going to leave it as it is. I'm going to bring in my postcards, and I like this one better than this one, so I'm going to make sure this isn't covered up, but this one I do want covered up, so maybe I could have this one going across there, something like that, and this one maybe something like that. So I've got some nice staggering going on down there. I might bring that up a little bit. Shame to cover up that stamp, but I want it higher up. And actually I've just noticed that this postcard was the one that hit the prompt for something underlined, but actually the word Scotland down there is also underlined on this faux postcard, so either of these would have worked for that prompt. This is a natural area down here for my mouse to go, so him staggered slightly there and almost on this edge down here, which means he's grounded. And then my hat. With the hat, I was thinking I could have it on my mouse's head, which would mean I would need to trim it away a little bit more. The reason I've gone for this hat is because it's yellowy and picks up that stamp, and obviously this coloured origami paper to pick up the tones down here. I wish that wasn't as deep, but I don't know how to get rid of that unless I cut it and reduce it, which I may well do. That's distracting me, that circle there, so I'm just going to move everything up to see what it would look like. Yeah, that's a lot better. So I am going to trim this across that line and overlap it so that I can reduce the height of this bit. So let's quickly do that. Yeah, I'm liking that a lot better, and I'm liking it that I'm getting that little bit of colour tone happening down there. I need to trim this blue piece down, probably about that much. It's a shame that mouse isn't a little bit bigger. Don't really want that on the mouse's head, so I'm wondering about putting it up here so that the colour tones are picked up in the stamp. It makes more of a feature of that. I can go into that blank space there with the hat, so I'm going to have it up there. I'm more or less happy with the composition here. And because I haven't got enough fingers to hold everything in place, I'm going to start doing a little bit of gluing. And what I need to do really is glue these in place, and also this blue piece of origami paper. So I'm just going to make a mark here, which is where I want this origami paper to go. Take that away. These three pieces are all glued together now, so I'm going to glue them to my working background. And first things first, I'm going to rub out my guidelines. And there we go. So I'm going to bring in these pieces again. I've got a little bit of blue there, and actually if I thought about it, I could have staggered this decorative book page, but I didn't, so I'm going to have to live with that. Because I wanted the hat up here, I'm going to trim out that little section in there that's got some shadow in it. Before I go in and glue the faux postcards down, I'm going to go in and use some of my washi. I'm going to square this off. I just thought I would put a piece of the washi behind here. Before I commit, I'm going to just take that away and glue this postcard down. And then this piece of washi over the top, something like that. And then this one coming in here. Let me just check my placement of my mouse. I was going to have my mouse sort of straddling this, but actually now the washi is there, that actually works. So I could have it something like that. It does leave me with a blank space up here, but actually I'm not too bothered about that. And if I pull my mouse over, then this blank space is broken up a little bit. I think I'm going to put another piece of that washi in. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to commit to gluing this down. Bring in my mouse again and my little hat up there like that. Just glue these pieces in place. So there we go, everybody. That's my finished collage for this week. I absolutely love the colours, which was dictated by this book page. All the colour tones in that book are just amazing. Yeah, love my little quirky mouse, and love this origami paper, which picks up the blue tones in here. This washi has got blue writing as well as green, so that blends in well. And yeah, I like the theme of the postcards, picking up the text on the washi as well. The hat, which was the clothing accessory prompt, is perhaps a little bit hidden up there, a little bit too subtle, but I don't really mind that myself. Whether it's correct or not in terms of composition for a collage, I don't know, but I actually like that. So I'll bring in the prompts and we'll go through them. Blue paper, well, that's my origami paper there. Something you love, a couple of strips of my gorgeous washi tape there. Something you find underground, my little cute mouse there. Something underlined, well, either of these postcards, word Scotland there and the word Glasgow is underlined. A clothing accessory, well, as I mentioned, my hat up there, and the bonus, a postal item. Well, either of these again would work because they're faux postcards. So thank you as always, everybody, for watching. A couple of close-up photos at the end, and have a great week and hope to see you next Monday. Take care now. Bye-bye.